Good morning. My name is Jerry Tuttle, and I'd like to talk about anonymizing your data. So, for some purposes, you may have a fine data set of names and values that you may want to share for some purpose, but for confidentiality or other reasons, you really can't share the original data. So, you want to anonymize it. And this would make sense for academic purposes. For example, if this were company data, I would not share privileged company data with a class of students or any other group. I would want to anonymize it. I would not. I would want to anonymize the names, and I'd want to anonymize the values. So this is an example in Excel using some simple randomization techniques where I will anonymize the data. So this is the 1961 Yankees, one of my favorite teams when I was a kid. This is the 61 home runs by Roger Maris year. These are the hitters only. And if you're old enough to remember baseball in those days, this was before the designated hitter. So pitchers batted. So here's Al Downing, who had one at bat. Other pitchers had very few at bats. Um, but nevertheless, this is all the hitting statistics. For this example, I'm going to concentrate on batting averages. Um, and I'm going to calculate the mean and standard deviation of these batting averages. But these are unweighted, which means for the mean, I'm just going to add them up and divide by the number of players. So this gives each player an equal weight. So Al Downing with his one at bat gets as much weight as Clete Boyer with his 500. And that's for simplicity purposes. So these are the Yankees. This is the unweighted mean and standard deviation of their batting averages. So the first thing I'm going to do is anonymize the names. So I found a list of common U.S. names, starting with Smith as the most common, then Johnson. I had a lot of names, but I decided 300 was enough. So I copied 300 names in here and just numbered them. The numbers really don't mean anything. And now I'm going to create from the Yankees the Zankies. So these are still the Yankees on these first few columns. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some random numbers. So in this column J, uh, I'm going to use the Excel function equals rand between 1 and 300. That's because I have 300 names. This gives me a whole number between 1 and 300. So the first random number I got was 265. The next random number I got is 9, and so on. And then I'm going to use a VLOOKUP function with these random numbers. So for the first row, I'm going to look up this 265 value in the list of names, and the 265th value is Jensen. So this first player, who was Luis Arroyo, now becomes Mr. Jensen, and similarly with the other players. So now I have an anonymous list of names. Next, I want to do something with the batting averages. I want to take the actual batting average and then add or subtract some noise to it. So to do the noise, I'm going to take another random number, but I'm going to put it inside this norm.inv function. Norm.inv is going to give me a random normally distributed number uh, based on this number as a probability. I'm sorry, the random number is a probability from a normal distribution with mean 0, and this standard deviation times 10%. So this gives me a noise value. The noise value can be positive, or the noise value can be negative. Then from that noise value, I'm going to add the actual batting average to the noise and now get an anonymous batting average. So Mr. Arroyo actually batted 280. I'm going to say Mr. Jensen batted 300, which is the 280 plus zero point zero 0.02 of noise. Similarly for the other players. So now I have anonymous names, I have anonymous batting averages. Just to see how well these batting averages worked out, I calculated their unweighted mean and their unweighted standard deviation, and the figures for these Yankees are pretty close to the figures for the Yankees. So if I then shared a data set just with these anonymous names and anonymous batting averages, I think that is a reasonably anonymous use of the original data. I not shared the original names or the original data, but it's sort of close enough for academic work. Again, there are more sophisticated anonymous tools. If the data set were larger, I might not use Excel for this. Um, but this is one way to anonymize your data and to perhaps share it and not risk sharing the original data. If this is confidential, privileged data, I certainly would be careful and maybe speak to some legal people before getting yourself in trouble. Thank you very much. Have a good day.